It takes a talented individual to capture the player's attention with a game's musical score. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 video game music composers. Number 8. Harry Gregson Williams.
I think I was one of the first Hollywood film composers to do the music for a game. And that was what the director of the game really wanted.
Before Hideo Kojima approached him to score the much-anticipated Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty, Gregson Williams was a big-time Hollywood composer who never thought he'd work on a video game. Luckily for us, he agreed, spawning a new age of high-quality production values with a cinematic feel in video games. Williams has since worked on all Metal Gear Solid games, and he's also composed the main theme for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Grandiose and epic, Williams' score set the stage for heart-pounding action and tense drama. Number 7. Manami Matsumae. Composing the soundtrack for one of the most influential games of all time, Manami Matsumae also created the iconic sound effects and the title screen jingle for Mega Man. She was employed with Capcom in the late 80s to early 90s, lending her musical talent to such games as Mega Man 2. She began freelancing soon after her departure, most notably contributing to the soundtrack on the indie darling Shovel Knight. She eventually reunited with Capcom and worked on Mega Man 10. Also, fittingly enough, her next work will be featured in the spiritual successor to Mega Man, Mighty No. 9. Number 3. Yoko Shinomura.
聞いてくださる誰かがやっぱり聞きたいって思ってくださってるうちはやっぱり頑張りたいなと思ってます。
You're gonna make it high on this list when your body of work consists of video game excellence such as Street Fighter 2, Super Mario RPG, and Kingdom Hearts. The talented Yoko Shimomura has worked with legendary gaming companies like Capcom and Square, honing her craft and creating fantastic musical scores, mixing classical music with electronic elements. We're anxiously awaiting for the next title she's currently working on, RPG behemoths Final Fantasy XV and Kingdom Hearts 3. Number 2. Koji Kondo.
できるだけそうですね、キャッチーなメロディーになるようにいつも心がけています。
Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. We dare you to try to envision these things and not hum their tunes in your head. Arguably the most iconic video game composer, Koji Kondo has created masterpiece after masterpiece for gaming's greatest franchises. If it's a major release for Nintendo, you can bet your bottom dollar that Kondo composed the music, showcasing his ability to create something magical and memorable. His legacy goes hand in hand with Nintendo's unending success. Koji Kondo is to Nintendo's music what Shigeru Miyamoto is to the company's game design. Before we unveil our number 1 video game composer, here's a look at some honorable mentions. Number 1. Nobuo Uematsu.
To me, creating music for the Final Fantasy series is something I just do. Not just as a living, but because I just like to create music.
Hundreds of masterpieces have been gifted to the gaming world from Nobuo Uematsu's incomparable imagination. We get chills every time we hear Final Fantasy VII's One-Winged Angel. His compositions demand attention, mixing electronic guitars with classical and orchestral pieces, blending both European and Japanese influences. But it's not all heavy-handed melodrama, since he also composed the theme for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Uematsu's body of work in the Final Fantasy series transcends everything we've heard in gaming history. He didn't just make catchy tunes, he elevated gaming music to unparalleled heights, creating unforgettable art that will forever be carved into our minds. Cue the victory theme.